I decided to live using only Bitcoin for 1 month. I will eat, drink, get tattooed, get married, go on the darknet, print money, and fly to a secret Bitcoin mine in Iceland. Here is how and why I did it. In 2008, there was a world financial crisis. Governments of the world came up with a brilliant idea to get out of it. They would make more money, lots of it. London flats went up, Van Gogh paintings went up. Rich people became richer and arrogant on their electric scooters, but everyone else saw their saving wages worthless. Then, in 2009, Satoshi Nakamoto created a better money. A money that could not be inflated away and could be sent over the internet. It was magic internet money. To this day, no one knows the real identity of Satoshi Nakamoto. Bitcoin was made for protecting us from the next world crisis. And that crisis is now. So I wanted to test Bitcoin by myself and see if I could survive for 30 days only with Bitcoin, with no euros, no dollars, no beaver pelts. If I could do this challenge, that would prove Bitcoin is really to be a better version of money. Other people have tried to live only with Bitcoins, but I'm going to do it for 1 full month in the toughest place in the world, to do something new and unconventional. Paris. So I spent months looking for a landlord that would accept Bitcoin for the rent, and then one day, on the secret code list, I found a fan of Bitcoin.
C'est possible de payer intégralement en Bitcoin 2 semaines.
With a place to let near the Sacré-Cœur, which is my favorite district of Paris. That is if you don't count the district of chocolat croissant and the district of people with fun walk. I was so happy to find a flat. My project could finally start. My apartment was expensive, it had yellow walls and it came with a judgmental cat. But it was home. I bought a stash of bitcoins and paid the landlord with my Bitcoin apps, and then I moved my collection of back scratchers. My 30-day challenge had begun. Day 1, the cercle. So now I just have to find how to eat, how to drink, and how to take the metro with bitcoins. So I went to the Bitcoin house of Paris.
Bienvenue au musée de Bitcoin.
This is the epicenter of the Bitcoin community in Paris. And also a place where people think that Austrian economists are sexy. And there I was told to call a Bitcoin OG named Adli Takal Bataille, who I thought would be a 600-pound comic book shop operator, but turned out to just be a cool guy with a mustache. Adli knew everything about Bitcoin. He's the founder of the Cercle du Coin, a private club made up of anarchists and crypto traders and women with very short hair. I wanted to join the Cercle du Coin so bad. It was like Matrix meets James Bond meets Julian Assange. But there are strict rules for joining the Cercle. First, you have to not be a central banker. Second, you have to pay a fee in Bitcoins, of course. And third, you have to follow Adli on Twitter. Okay, I just made that one up, but you should. The Cercle introduced me to a number of different places where you can buy pizza, burgers, all kind of food, and most importantly, Château de Seguin Bordeaux Supérieur, because after all, this is Paris. So on this website I can choose to pay in bitcoins, and I can get food home delivered. I just have to scan the QR code with my app, wait a few seconds. That's done. No, I just have to wait and I will get my pizza. Day 7, the darknet. So what about buying illegal stuff on the darknet? Things like firearms, Scarlett Johansson panties, and drugs. Can you buy that with bitcoins on the darknet? I don't know. I didn't try. I'm not into that. But I have very good friends who told me that you can. Just use a Bitcoin mixer. So if you want to go on the darknet, you have to use Tor to be anonymous and to access .onion websites. So there are a few websites like Alphabet where you can send a few bitcoins to yourself, and then maybe you can, just write euros and see what happens. You could buy euros for bitcoins. So that's a deriving license, we don't want that, and there's some pawn going on. I'm not going to buy anything, of course. So 5 times 50 euros will cost me $42, which is a good deal. If I wanted to buy that, I would just have to send Bitcoin to that address. Don't do this at all. Definitely don't do it. Day 13. Broke. So, day 12, I'm now running out of Bitcoins. I have no idea what to do. I just need a job that pays in bitcoins. That would be easy if I was a hacker, but my talents are more into the arts. I was out of luck. Maybe this experiment would have to end. I was depressed. My bitcoin economic miracle was a dead end. Day 14. The Pact. It was a happy day. I called Adley to talk about my issue, and he said to me,
The Cercle du Coin can sponsor you for that.
I would get paid in bitcoins for doing my jobs, making videos. Yeah, I know this is a cop-out, not a real economic cycle. A bit like a dog eating his own. But so be it. Now I was a real bitcoiner, and the circle accepted me as one of their own.
Good luck!
Day 15 to 21. Soft Bar. The Soft Bar is the hub of the crypto community of Paris. Sofiane accepts bitcoins. I spent many nights drinking wine and getting into debates with pioneers about things I had no right voicing an opinion on. Block size, transaction fees, forking, and most interesting of all, who was the pseudonymous Bitcoin founder Satoshi Nakamoto. But one night I talked to a guy who had a Mickey Mouse tattoo, so he probably know what he was talking about. And he said I was doing everything wrong. You see, Bitcoin are not supposed to be spent through an easy-to-use app with a third party. They should not stay in your pocket. They are also supposed to be unbreakable reserve of value, just like gold or Wu-Tang Clan albums. Day 22. I print money. Printing paper money is super illegal and super dangerous. If you live under the rule of the King Saint Louis, you will get your eyes punctured and death by boiling. Photoshop and even your printers actually prevents you from even trying to do that. But with Bitcoin, it's different. You almost have to print your Bitcoins. So this is really nifty. I just put a program on this computer right here that's never been on the internet. So now I will generate a public address that looks like this and a private key that looks like this. I just have to generate some entropy to move the mouse around like that, so I can make my own numbers. The secret key represents several prime numbers. The public key represents their product. For a computer, finding the group of prime numbers that result in one number is super hard. And believe it or not, there's only one solution. But it's very easy to multiply prime numbers. So it's virtually impossible to go from the public address to the secret key. But for each public address, there is only one and only one right secret key. So now I can design my own paper money. It's super important to be offline and not connected to internet right now. I have the public address showing, so I can send money there, and if I want to get that money back, I just have to open it. And for now we'll do a little test and see if that works or not. So I just sent the equivalent of €1 over there. So this is my new address, so I have €1. So now that I have these numbers written down for maximum security, I can just smash that computer. Now you can put this paper wallet in a chest or under your bed, or try to remember it. How it works is you just need to send Bitcoin to this address, and as crazy as it sounds, no matter what happens, no matter how much time in the future, only you can get these Bitcoins. It's the only form of money in the world that totally belongs to you forever, without any centralized third party. You never have to give this money back to Caesar.
Is it against our law for us to pay taxes to the Roman Emperor or not?
Careful, Lord! He'll try to trick you!
Show me a silver coin.
Whose face and name are these on it? Then render unto Caesar the things that are Caesar's, and to God the things that are God's.
Besides, the supply of Bitcoin will be capped at 21 million coins. In a few years, after those have been mined, no more can be made. Bitcoin can be argued with, or debated, or played upon. It's all math and it's beautiful. It might be better than dating Priyanka Chopra. Oh wait, no it's not. An easier way to stock your Bitcoin is to buy a ledger. As you can see, it looks fancy. You can put it around your ankles. There's a chip at the end of it. That's where your Bitcoins are. But if you lose it, no problem. It comes with a recovery sheet of 24 words. You should never show it to anyone and try to remember it. Day 28. Cure tattoo. At the end of the month, I wanted to keep a memory of that experiment, so I wanted to tattoo myself the QR code of my Bitcoin public address. But it did not work out. That was a stupid idea, because my skin is not flat enough. I could not scan my tattoo with my phone. But don't worry, that was just a temporary tattoo. Day 30. Transportation. So I did it. But you know what? That was just the beginning of the adventure. There's one thing I didn't talk to you about, and that is transportation. Can you buy TGV tickets with bitcoins? No, you can't. But actually you can take the plane with several airlines. And the good thing with bitcoins is that you can easily use it in several countries in the world. Like Argentina, North Korea. One day I was in Las Vegas and my bank account and all my debit cards got blocked. I was desperate, but then I found a Bitcoin ATM in a casino. I sold my Bitcoin, but I was not getting any dollars in exchange. Was I being tricked?
Excuse me? I don't know if you work with that, but I just sent the amount of Bitcoin and it doesn't seem to react.
I'm not sure. You can email to this, but I don't know if they have it. I don't know if they have a phone number.
I was getting really nervous then.
Cool, it was just slow.
You good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bitcoin just saved my life. Epilogue. Where do bitcoins come from? After my 30-day challenge, I decided I wanted to dig deeper into Bitcoin and see how bitcoins were actually made. You can generate cryptocurrencies at home with a computer like this. It will generate a lot of it, and it might cost more electricity than how much Bitcoin it makes. But you can use the heat to fry an egg or warm an old person. But it's not the way it's mainly produced. There are Bitcoin mines all over the world. I contacted the owner of one such mine, and he allowed me to come and visit his mine on one condition. I should keep its location secret. It's not in Iceland. Not at all.
You guys know we can deliver the light to the cabin before the next better point.
Okay. So, do you have any of the program for tomorrow or?
Actually, I didn't make much of a plan at the start. Well, our first operation was in Eastern Europe, actually. But quite soon we started moving to Iceland. We've been expanding our operations here a lot. We've got several locations. I'll be showing you one of them, the one we call Enigma.
So there are boats over there. I'll wake up early tomorrow so I can show you the landscapes. In Iceland, hot water in the shower smells like egg. That's because this sulfuric volcanic water comes from the underground. And that's also where our bitcoins come from. Iceland is actually great for mining bitcoin. It has cold weather, cheap energy, and a lot of pickled ram's testicles.
It's funny how it feels different in Iceland. It's like very, I don't know, empty, you know?
Empty in Iceland?
Yeah.
No. Alright, here we are.
Do you want to keep the location of the farm secret?
Yeah.
Like if you film just the areas where there's no houses, that would be the best, because otherwise it's quite easy to see where we are.
Okay.
Rumors says that competitors in the Bitcoin world break into rivals' mines to break each other's machine. This is traditionally done by guys named Hans Gruber with a pair of nunchucks.
In the early days of Bitcoin, many people started mining Bitcoin, and many people started using their graphics cards at home that they used to play their games, just use it to mine some Bitcoins, and some people actually made some profit. So many companies thought they'd make a company out of it.
Yeah.
They'd just buy a load of hardware and just start mining and see what happens. And that worked quite well while the price went up. But when the price started falling in 2014, many miners had problems. And that was because they didn't distribute their money well. They kept all the coins. They were the crypto enthusiasts who just want Bitcoin to succeed.
Yeah.
Everyone wants it to succeed, of course, but you can't bet 200% on it. We mine Bitcoin, we mine the other currencies that are mined with ASICs, for example, Litecoin. This mine is focused on GPU mining, so mining all the different altcoins.
It's a moody door. Thanks.
That's impressive. Is there some fan or something?
These are filters. The
Okay.
air comes in this side, goes through the miners, cools the miners, and then goes out the top. Big fans that you saw.
Say?
So you're not filming this part.
Why is it so great?
This is the power station. This shows the power that we're using.
Okay.
And it's directly related to the scale of this. I'll tell you no problem that there's a couple 10,000 cards in here.
Okay.
But I don't want to say any exact numbers. Bitcoin is still a very early technology, and even though most countries now have quite exact laws regarding Bitcoin, like how is it worked in a legal sense and so on, things do change, and you need to be prepared.
When I started this challenge, I thought Bitcoin was a technology all about individual freedom and anonymity. But then I realized Bitcoin was much more than that. Bitcoin is not a technology, it's a community. It's like a secret language that draws people together for a mutual goal. And the goal of this community is to offer themselves and to the rest of the world an alternative and safer future. I hope we will make it. Next time, join me as I dig deeper and even get married on the blockchain. But I will tell you more about that when I tell you about how I said yes to everything for 30 days. If you like this kind of experiments, subscribe to the channel and send bitcoins. Oh, by the way, on day 27 I fucked up and bought french fries with euros because I was so damn hungry.